The Bitcoin top is getting closer and closer, and in this exact video, I will be telling you where I will be selling most of my Bitcoin and close most of my trades, and where I want to be opening up bigger short positions in this market. So this and obviously so much more will be getting discussed on today's update video. I will be doing a deep dive in towards the liquidity heat map, talk about the imminent short term, talk about the Bitcoin dominance, the Ethereum chart, the entire altcoin market cap, and so much more. So don't forget to once again slap on that like button back above 1,000 likes to be highly appreciated, and let me jump straight away in today's update video. So before I'm going to be diving in towards my exact price targets, I want to be discussing the fact that currently Bitcoin is trading in a very healthy uptrend where we are constantly setting higher lows together with higher highs. So we're trading in an uptrend and Bitcoin is slowly moving towards the upside. And yes, if you're looking at the key levels of support and resistance, you can see this red box that previously acted as major support, here acted as major resistance, here also flipped into resistance, and now this level we finally broke above it and we are retesting it as support. So the Bitcoin breakout of this range is currently literally happening, and this is of course once again giving us a confirmation that we are most likely going to be seeing this continuation towards the upside. Obviously, we created this bull flag pattern already before. We discussed the price targets of this pattern many times already before, but basically Bitcoin retested that bull flag pattern and now it is starting to be bouncing towards the upside. And ultimately, if I'm going to be looking at Bitcoin, we are basically looking at this falling wedge structure that most likely is going to be breaking towards the upside. And of course, I have got a price target for my trade that I opened on the exact bottom right here. I went long on Bitcoin since, of course, I thought we were seeing an exact same pattern play out like we have seen earlier this year in April. And of course, that trade is now in a significant profit. But of course, the big question is, when do I really think Bitcoin is going to top out here? When do I really sell my Bitcoin? That is, of course, the big question everyone wants an answer to. And in my opinion, you should be looking, first of all, at the timings of the cycle. So here you can see the vertical line here. This is where the Bitcoin halving took place. And historically, in every single Bitcoin bull market, approximately between 12 to 18 months after that Bitcoin halving, we tend to see the market top out. And yes, if we also compare these cycles, for example, the 2021 cycle with each other. So in the first 2 months period, we basically saw Bitcoin was going in towards a correction. Right now, also in the first 2 month period, we had Bitcoin going into correction. Then we're starting to be bouncing back towards the upside. Then we bounce back to the upside, of course. And now we are at that final stage here where, of course, the top is most likely going to get formed here. Because if I'm going to be looking back at all the cycles, and I'm not just talking about this cycle, but looking then also at 2017, this is what always has happened. That is, of course, one of the reasons why I believe this timing, just like we've seen in previous bull markets, is likely going to be playing out again here. And then, of course, also what always happens at the end stage of the cycle is the most exponential rally. So do I think Bitcoin is already topped out? No, I don't think so. I'm still in my long position because I think Bitcoin is going to be hitting levels between $135,000 to about $137,000, because that is my exact target from the Fibonacci extension level. I think that is going to be the ultimate peak we're going to be looking at. That would also mark like a big parabolica and of course somewhat of a peak of a parabolica as well here. So for me, $137,000 is where I will be aggressively scale out of all my long positions on Bitcoin and start to shift my bias to preferably open up short positions on the market. So yeah, it is as simple as that. And by the way, guys, yesterday I opened up a new trade here on Aptos. It is now in about $1,000 in profit, but I even have set up more orders, and I explained the reason why I opened this trade exactly in my Telegram group here with all my orders set up here. So guys, if you want to be staying up to date on all these new trades I am taking in real time, and also especially on altcoins, because sometimes I'm just doing my research and I cannot share it on YouTube, make sure to join the private Telegram group. It is very simple to join. You can join it by using the second link in today's video description. Just go to that link and join the group right now. And by the way, it's not only me, because also in this group, we have 5 other professional traders which are all sharing trading setups, which are all sharing insights on the market. And we've got a general chat where you can debate with each other what you, of course, think the next move on Bitcoin is going to be. And of course, that way we can help each other to become better and more profitable traders. So if you want to be joining it, don't forget to do so by using the second link in today's video description. But continue further in towards the video. I mean, for Bitcoin, I think this is going to be the target. And honestly, I think also for Ethereum, it is going to be following ever so slightly, but it's going to go a little bit harder. I have my target set up on 6,500. And yes, I also opened this trade on Aptos. Why? Is because I do think it is still going to be running. The chart is looking good. And of course, the fundamentals are also very good, but I would just highly recommend to read why I've opened up that position, because I explained it all in detail in the group here. But yeah, this trade on Aptos, I think it can do very well. Also, my trade on Ethereum, I will be taking profit around $6,500. And I will be taking some profit off the table by 25% if we do hit $6,000. But if you look at the Bitcoin dominance, if you look on the ETH compared to Bitcoin pair, everything looks like it is still going to be expanding higher. Ethereum is right now sitting literally at the all-time high and is creating a major compression pattern. The moment this compression pattern is going to be breaking out is where Ethereum is going to be absolutely skyrocket towards the next move here. So guys, really, this is the true calm before the storm. Last time around also, Ethereum went from about 2,500 all the way up here to about $5,000 in a matter of 40 days here. Even less, 45 days approximately. But yeah, it is absolutely insane what we have seen before. And of course, you shouldn't underestimate what Ethereum could be doing next year. So very exciting. And we're just creating a major compression pattern. So Ethereum is, of course, still got some catch-up work to do with Bitcoin. But of course, if you also look at this chart, you can see that there's still a lot of potential. Then, of course, also, if I'm looking at the liquidity heat map for Bitcoin, then there is some liquidity laying above us, but also below us. So always whenever I see this, in my opinion, it is very hard to exactly tell you where the market is going to be moving towards. But ultimately, what we're looking at is still this higher price target for this falling wedge pattern, right? And no matter, like also before, sometimes you see these consolidations before the big push towards the upside. And I have also many other falling wedges where we first see a correction before we go higher. But ultimately, I do think the target is going to get reached on the top side. The structure is looking good because Bitcoin, boom, lower low. And then now it is creating a higher low structure. And of course, also if we come down, it is ultimately going to be providing a higher low. And this is, of course, ultimately going to be a very good zone to be accumulate again here, because this is also what I stated in my stream before. If Bitcoin comes back towards this white line right here, I personally want to be scaling in towards even bigger long positions. So yeah, of course, I have my price target set up. I, of course, do think the bull market is going to be only lasting for like 6 weeks or so, if we're going to be looking at all the timings. But of course, still in this last 6-week period is usually where the biggest gains are realized. And also, if you're, by the way, interested in trading yourself, if you right now go to the first link in today's video description, you will not only get a 25% fee rebate, making it the cheapest exchange, but also WeX will give you a 20% bonus on everything you deposit, up to $30,000. So if you're interested in, of course, trading and getting a good extra bonus on your deposit, WeX also got you covered. So it's not only the best exchange, it's not only the cheapest exchange, but also they're having a very attractive deal here. So honestly, that is all for me on today's update video. There's not a lot of stuff happening outside of that here. So guys, thanks so much for watching towards the amazing new update video. If you did enjoy it, learn something, slap that like button. I hope to see you in the VIP Telegram group here. And peace out. Goodbye.